Welcome back, everybody. Today I have been inspired to kind of talk about this topic of why we shouldn't party and do alcohol and drugs and everything while we're younger and like in high school and college and everything like that. And the reason for this is because at my school we have what's called chapel. And it's Christian university, so Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30 to 11 or 10:50 to 11:30 we have to do chapel, which is where they have like a speaker or they'll have a worship band playing, whatever. And I'm also a student athlete. And so for all the student athletes, they had these other special motivational speakers come in because they were just passing through town and they just wanted to drop by. And these were two former NFL players. Well, one of them was an NFL player. The other one was a former college athlete. And the names were Keith Davis, he was the NFL player, played for the Giants, and Clarence Lee. Now, Clarence Lee is the one I'm going to talk about primarily. He played for the Florida State Seminoles. Mr. Clarence was up talking about his story. He came to a part about being approached by another player on them questioning him why he never comes and like parties with them, why he never comes out and hangs out with them. Because the way, like, leading up to this part of the story, he was talking about how the people beside him on the line were like his brothers. They were like soldiers fighting beside him. Like, people don't understand what it's like just looking down on them and like booing or cheering, however, if they do good or bad. They don't know what it's really like to like have to be down there fighting with blood, sweat, and tears with these other guys. And then right after transitioning from that, like talking about this relationship that he has with the people, these teammates he has, they go into the locker room after one of their defeats, and everybody's kind of in a bad mood because, especially in college football, it's really difficult to get to the national championship if you've lost a game. And one of them approaches him because, he's already in a bad mood, and he decides to confront him on, well, why do you never come over to our house or hang out with us? You never come smoke with us. You never come drink with us. You never come party with us or anything like that. And Clarence was put in this situation where he had to respond. And he thought about it for a second, and he said something along the lines of, I can't do that because of my wife. And the other guy's like, what? You don't have a wife? You don't even have a girlfriend. You definitely don't have a wife. He said, no, I don't have a wife, but I'm doing this for my wife. Basically, what he was getting at, what he went on to explain, is when you're practicing for a sport, you're out there every day, you're working hard, putting in hours of work to get strong enough, to get smart enough, to get good enough to win your games, to win your event, whatever it might be. And then outside of practice, you still like put in like footage time. You're studying it still. It takes work to become an athlete and to become good at it. And it takes practice. And what he said is he is keeping himself out of the situations of going into parties, doing drugs, drinking alcohol. He's taking himself out of that situation, and he's practicing how to be a world-class husband, how to be a world-class father, how to be a world-class provider. And I thought that was so well said. If we have any reason, if we definitely need a big reason to try to keep us from following the world and doing all the things that they would have us do, like drink or do drugs, party, whatever, we have to look at the future. We have to look in the long term and say, I'm not going to participate in this because I don't want this to still be happening while I'm a husband or a wife, while I'm a father or mother, while I am the provider. And it's easy to say that once we get to that situation in our life, once we get to that stage, we'll drop all those habits, but habits just don't work like that. And so the idea that just because we get married all of a sudden, or just because we have kids, doesn't mean that we're just going to change our lifestyle and be able to be the person that we should be and would like to be to them. Because if we haven't been practicing it, we will not be a good enough quality to put ourselves in the situation that they deserve. So decide today who you want to be in the future and practice today to be that person, be someone that you would look up to and not somebody that you would look down on. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next week.